beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a marvelous feeling that everything is going your way, whether you know it or not. Welcome to the Voice of Hope Connection. I'm your host, D. Foster III, CEO and President of Wake Up Global Networks International. Come on in this morning. There is a voice of hope. There is a word of hope to make it through the week. First, I want to say thank you for all of your support. Like, subscribe, share, follow, support the channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when we upload brand new content. A shout out to April J for allowing us to have a voice on this marvelous African American owned and operated channel, WPBmedianetworks.com. Support it, support it, support it. I am so excited. I want to say thank you. We want to hear from you. Our email address is thevoiceovertheglobe@gmail.com. Thevoiceovertheglobe@gmail.com. Oh, isn't it exciting? Thanksgiving, 2 weeks away. I've got a very special announcement. We're going to be doing something very special that week, but I'll tell you at the close of this session. Have you liked? Have you shared? Have you followed on this Sunday? What a beautiful Sunday morning. I tell you, fall is in the air. The leaves have fallen, and I smell Thanksgiving food already, and we're headed towards a brand new year. Listen, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Have you been to our The Voice Over Now podcast? Uploaded live every Friday, 6 p.m., or you can be a part of the replay crew. Listen, part number 3 this week. Who left Donnie Swaggart in charge? I've got one more set. Now, if you don't like it straight, if you like it in gray lines, if you like talking between lines, that ain't the podcast for you. We do it straight, no chaser. Hit it from the root. And guess what? We got one more part left. Part number 4 this Friday, 6 p.m. Share it, like it. Don't forget to download it. Don't forget to watch the replay if you can. But it's so convenient. It's Friday evening. You can listen to it, watch it at the gym, on your way home, on the subway, while you're taking your walk, whatever you're doing. Because if you love information, education, and entertainment, this is the show to be a part of. Listen, we're going into another week, and you know my words. We hope for the best, but every week has its own individuals, twists and turns. But one thing is consistent, and that is that there's always a word from the Lord. You know, I was thinking that night, the sun is barely up where I am, Eastern Standard Time, depending on where you're watching. And so we've just come out of a time of about 12 hours of darkness. 12 hours of darkness. And that's synonymous with what and how our life will often be. It's amazing how we can accept the day having darkness, and guess what? Many times, depending on what time of year of it is, it's more dark hours than light hours. But we never think about that. But when it comes to our life, somehow we think that the sun should always be shining and it should be day. And friends, that is not the way it is. That sometimes in life, like in the natural, there will be more dark hours than there will be day hours. And this comes from Isaiah. And I thought about this. Isaiah chapter number 21 in verse number 11 particular. I'm not going to exegete it. That's not the platform. But it simply says, the watchman said, "What of the night? What of the night?" he says. And then the watchman answered, "What of the night?" And then the response comes, "The morning cometh. The morning cometh." And I just want to share that word with you because periodically every one of us will walk through dark seasons and we'll ask God either verbally or in our minds, what of the night? Let me do a modern day DFJ3 translation. What's up with this night season in my life? But then the watchman doesn't go into explanation, but he says, the morning cometh. Takes my mind back to a popular passage of scripture. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And so I just want to encourage you that your night season may be a day, it may be a month. Some of ours has been years. But guess what I found out? That a lot of things are developed in the night or the dark season. In Genesis, it says the evening and the morning were the first day. Everything is birthed in the night. Listen, I hope you're getting a hold of this. So if you're in your night season, I want you to understand that something is being born. When a child comes through the womb of its mother, it comes through in darkness and then it comes out in the light. Or back in the day, and still some things now, if you go to a professional, most things are digital now, photographer, they take you in a dark room and they set a light, kind of like the ring light that I'm using, and it zeros, and they take the picture in a dark surrounding with a light. Well, let me tell you something. Your surroundings may be dark, but there's always the light of the world. His name is Yeshua. His name is Jesus, who is shining on you even in the darkness. This is what I learned a long time ago in school, and it is practical to our spiritual lives, that no matter how dark it is, the sun never goes down, that the sun is always shining. It may be the way we're positioned in the universe, it may be how we are on the axis, but the sun is always shining. So I want to encourage you today on this Sunday. It may seem like it's dark in your life, but you say to God, hey God, what's up with this darkness? And I'm going to answer you the same answer that the watchman got here in Isaiah 21. What's up with the darkness? But the morning comes. I can't explain why you're in darkness. I can't detail what's happening in darkness. But all I can tell you is because of the nature of darkness and the nature of God, something is being birthed forth in your life. I want you to carry that all week long, because the truth of the matter is that the light does not always shine in our life. The truth of the matter is we're going through some dark seasons. The truth of the matter is we will say verbally or mentally, hey, what of the night? But I'm giving you the answer. No matter how dark, no matter how long, the watchmen say, the morning cometh. I speak that into your life. And morning doesn't just have to be when the sun breaks out. Morning is when you can find the light. Oh God, dude, y'all got me started. When you can find the light in the midst of darkness, that's when your morning has come. Like the S-U-N never goes down, the S-O-N never goes away. Listen, Christ in you, Christ in you. If you don't know where else to look in your darkness, look in you. Christ in you, Colossians 2 says, 127 of Colossians, the hope of glory, the hope of light in the midst of darkness. Listen, before I go, I want to share some exciting information with you. In 2 weeks, we will be celebrating Thanksgiving on the 28th of November. Normally on the 29th, we would have our Voice Over Now podcast. And then on that Sunday, we would have the Voice of Hope connection. Well, both of those are being replaced just that week for Thursday the 28th on Thanksgiving morning, uploading live at 7 a.m. before you go to church, before you eat breakfast, what I call a very special The Voice of Thanks connection. That's right. I'm going to bring in a brief word on the 28th. Mark it on your calendars at 7 a.m. Thanksgiving Day. It will upload. That's the beauty of technology. That's the beauty of YouTube. That's the beauty of WPB Media. You ain't got to go nowhere. You can sit in your living room, in your family room, in your bed with your cup of coffee, your cup of joe, your cup of tea, and get a word, the Voice of Thanks connection. Don't forget it. Mark it down. Share it. It'll be announced from now until then. We'll have it scrolling at the bottom of your screen next week. The Voice of Thanks connection. On Thursday, Thanksgiving morning, 7 a.m., I got a word of thanks. Listen, on the behalf of Wake Up Global Networks and myself, I want to remind you all week long, I can't promise you the sun is always going to be shining in your life. But one thing I can promise you is that the morning cometh. The morning cometh. And the morning comes the minute you find the bright light in you in the midst of darkness around you. God bless you. Remember, there is hope. Let's stay connected to it. Peace.